If God is so loving and powerful, then why do we suffer so much? Why do innocent people get raped over the coals? What is going on? Doesn't God care, or is he simply too weak to do anything about it? Is God disinterested? First part of the answer is I do not know. But Cliff Knechtley's testimony explains the answer to these questions wonderfully. He says in 1997, when he went out to Madison, Wisconsin, where his brother, a transplant surgeon, transplanting livers and kidneys, he went out there because his 7-year-old daughter had just been crushed in a car accident to death. And if you think he's going to go out there and meet his brother, who is far more intelligent than he or even I will ever be, explain to him why God allowed his 7-year-old daughter to be crushed by a pickup truck coming down the road 55 miles per hour, and why the babysitter didn't see the stop sign or ran past the stop sign, and that pickup truck slammed into the car, sending Cliff's 7-year-old niece into an early grave. He said he is not going to do that because that would be lying. He did not know why God allowed evil and suffering, and neither do I. Why is there so much suffering in the world? I don't know. But when I really sit back and I think about it, I think a very biblical answer is God chose to limit his power by creating us with a free will, which means I can either pull out my wallet and give y'all money to eat lunch, or I can roll my hand into a fist and send it crashing into y'all's handsome and beautiful faces. I am free to do either. And what the Bible teaches is us in chapter 1 of Genesis is God created us in his image, which means we aren't robots, we aren't machines. And I like to walk, so if I walk into traffic and get hit by a car, I'm not going to pick myself up and say, whew, glad that is over. That's determinism. That is not how we live. We all have free will to choose, and I would highly recommend choosing Jesus Christ, because in John 3:16 it says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And he didn't come into the world to judge it, but to save it. And whoever believes in him will not be judged, but those who don't believe in him are judged already for not believing in God's one and only son. In John 14:6 it says that Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. In Romans 10:9 it says, if you confess that Jesus Christ is Lord and that God raised him from the dead, then you will be saved. That is all you have to do to be saved. It's a relationship with Jesus. In Matthew 10:32 it says that if you acknowledge Jesus in public, he will acknowledge you before his Father. God bless you, drive safe, and put your faith in Jesus Christ. Fatalism believes that all events are predetermined by fate, but I'm not preaching that. Jesus created us in his image, so we are not robots, we aren't machines, we are human beings created with a soul, a personality, but it also means we have a free will. And if we want to abuse our free will, we can go right ahead and do it. But there will be a day of judgment, and God promises to hold us responsible for the free decisions we have made. And that's why Joshua stands up before the people of Israel and says, if serving